So we're gonna start out. This is my lovely assistant, Sam. And we're gonna start out in the crucifix. My goal as the person on bottom is going to be to get my head and shoulders onto the mat for 3 seconds. Doesn't matter where in relation to Sam I am, just I need my head and shoulders on the mat, or I want to escape at least one of my arms for 3 seconds. I need to keep it away from him. His goal is going to be just to hold on here. But to make it a little bit more interesting, he needs to change his arm position every time. So if he starts out like this and say, I win, next time when we reset, he needs to do a different arm position. I don't care what it is. Any questions on that? All right, find partner. 1, 2, 3.
Not like this. Not like this.
I'm going to have the same goals. My goals are still get my head and shoulders on the mat for 30 seconds, however I can do that. Or escape one of my arms and keep it away from him for 3 seconds. Now Sam's goal has changed. He needs to armbar me in some way. He can do it with his legs, he can do it with his arms, doesn't matter. Just I need him to armbar me and he wins. So now he has a way to win this game, or I have the way to win as well. Any questions? Only arm bars count. If either person escapes, just reset. It does not count as a win. Otherwise, find a new partner. 1, 2, 3. But a lot of people have trouble with it because it really depends on the length of my legs compared to the length of his arm, how this is gonna work. I have short, flexible legs, so I've always found it really easy to just put my feet on his arm and just find the inside of his wrist. And as soon as I find the inside of his wrist, I'm usually able to armbar. You can also use the outside of your ankles and trace until you find that, just kind of pummeling your legs until you do. Now, Heather Raftery, who is also, she's amazing at Crucifix, she's a really cool person. She does arm bars completely different than me. I'm pretty sure she puts the inside of her ankles on the inside of his wrist and then rotates up. So you might find that easier for your body type. I've had a few questions about how on earth you finish an arm bar with your legs, so I hope that helps. Did any other questions come up? Yes.
What do you do what do you see, I guess, when the arm's bent, not bent, to make sure the arm doesn't pop out? How do you feel control, I guess, of your legs? Is there something that you sense, person, that you can share that
Yeah.
control that arm?
So, I personally like this foot sticking up in the air. So I find that I have more control when my bottom leg is up in the air versus my top leg. But you can also get capsulized here. It's only happened to me once, but it hurts. I'm pretty sure Heather does it the opposite way. But I find that controlling the shoulder is the most important part of staying in control of crucifix. So even if I'm here pinching my legs together, as long as he can't get that shoulder out, I'm usually pretty safe. But I personally like this. Any other questions? So, yeah, sorry.
What's your most common entry into the crucifix?
Most commonly, I'll go from turtle, and we're gonna play a game with that in a little bit. I also have an entry from back. So just quickly, I'll show that. So I have Sam's back, and usually what I'll do is I'll mess around with this arm, shove it under until I have this. And then if I take this leg, put it behind his back, and then just give him this opening, he can't resist taking it, and I can jump right into crucifix. So I kind of bait it. Any other questions? Yes.
Do you have a go-to option for armbar with the arms without getting the leg involved?
I basically never do that. I've seen other people get it and be reliable with it. The most reliable way I've seen is for people to just jump to a normal armbar from there. So I've seen people mostly grab it and then just go to an armbar. But I like staying in the crucifix. So let's move on to the next game. I want you to still play around with the armbar. So Sam has me in crucifix. His goal is to armbar me with either his legs or his arms, or he can also choke me with either his arms or with his legs. Doesn't matter how. My goal is going to be the same, to escape either by escaping my head and shoulders or to get one arm free. Questions? All right, find someone new. 1, 2, 3. So for the next game, Sam has the option of submitting me however he wants from crucifix or from the back. So if he's the back player, which he happens to be, if he wants to not be in crucifix and he wants to get to my back instead and submit me from there, he is welcome to, and he still wins. But any other position where he's on top, we just reset. My goal is now to not only escape, but get to a top position. So if I hold a top position for 3 seconds, I win. If he submits me from the crucifix or from the back, he wins. If he submits me from anywhere else, it's still a draw, he doesn't win, and we reset. Questions on that? All right, find a new friend. 1, 2, 3. Bottom person is gonna start in turtle. My goal is going to be to get on top, however I can, or submit, doesn't really matter. My partner's goal is going to be to either get to crucifix or truck. So she can roll to truck, or sit back to it, however she wants. And if she holds the position for 3 seconds, she wins. Or if she's able to get to crucifix, and hold it for 3 seconds, she wins. You can also get into it other ways, whatever your favorite way is. Actually, let me show one more way. I'm gonna say this also counts. So if I'm able to get her into crucifix and I'm on top of turtle and hold this for 3 seconds, I win. So I have her arm trapped with my leg, I have her other arm trapped with my arms. If I'm holding this for 3 seconds, I win. Questions on that?
Can you show that first one again?
The turtle? So there are a few ways to do it. She's just rolling over my hips and trapping one leg with her legs and the other leg with her arms. So it's like crucifix, just on the opposite limbs. I'm sorry. Any other questions?
So we started in the turtle and we're fighting off the opponent?
Yes. So you're starting in turtle, your goal is to get on top or submit. And other person's just trying to get to crucifix or truck and hold it for 3 seconds. All right, find a new partner. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna sit back to back. I've heard the feedback that maybe linking arms might be more fun. So you can choose to either link arms or not. Talk about it with your partner. But we're both going to try to get crucifix at the same time. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, and then try to roll around. And then whoever gets to crucifix first wins. But hold it for 3 seconds. So you can either choose to start back to back or start with your arms linked, whichever way works for you. Any questions? All right, find your last partner. 1, 2, 3. If y'all have any questions about crucifix, always feel free to grab me. I love talking about this. And if y'all wouldn't mind, could we get a picture before we answer?